What's the process I follow when I'm dealing with an antenna signal issue? Very first thing I do after introducing myself to the customer is I ask the customer what the issue is. Nothing worse than going in there and trying to dictate to a customer how you're going to do something when you haven't actually asked them. So I say to my customer, show me what's wrong. They'll turn the TV on, it'll pixelate. We've all seen pixelation, but I want the customer to show me. Yes, it's pixelating. I'll then tell the customer the process. I'm going to test the TV at their wall plate. If that's unsuccessful, I'm going to go into the roof. I'm going to test the TV at the signal at their splitter. If we're still faulty, I'm going to go onto the roof and test the signal at the roof. The reason I don't start on the roof and come down is, why would you jump on the roof if you don't have to? Let's start from the bottom, work our way back up. But give the customer a good explanation of the process so they know why you're getting in their roof and on their roof. What are some of the common issues we find and fixed? Probably the two most common issues are the fly lead from the wall to the TV. A lot of people have got a habit of going to the $2 shop, buying those horrible white fly leads that don't like being bent and twisted. Fly lead would be the most common problem. Second most common problem would probably be a power supply for a masthead amplifier. So someone's gone around and turned a few power points off, trying to save some dollars. They've turned off the booster, the power supply to the booster, losing signal. Next most common issue is probably a damaged or old antenna. What brands and products do we recommend? Well, can't go past Australian-made antennas. So we have Matchmaster antennas made here in Australia. We have Hills antennas provided by Bitech made here in Australia. We offer a lifetime warranty on Australian-made antennas, manufacturer's warranty. You can't get more peace of mind than that. What are the different antenna types and where are they used? The two main antenna types that we need to consider are what we call VHF antennas for Melbourne Metropolitan and UHF antennas. Customer really doesn't need to know the difference, we just talk about it, but TV signal is transmitted in different ways depending on the terrain and the area you're in. And then once we choose whether we need a VHF or a UHF, we have some options. Again, the customer doesn't need to know the ins and outs, but we have phased array antennas, Yagi antennas, log periodic antennas. They're all designed to do slightly different things in different areas, but that's our job to know that, and we choose the best antenna for the situation. Will you need an amplifier? It's a good question. A lot of people think that amplifier is the be all and end all and fixes everything. You can only amplify a signal if it's nice and clean. The biggest mistake non-professional installers make, or the homeowner, is they think they can put an amplifier onto their antenna and fix everything. The problem is if you put a garbage signal into an amplifier, you get even more garbage out. So our job is to make sure our signal, before it's amplified, is nice and clean and appropriate to be boosted. What is the most common issue customers call me about? The TV's breaking up in the middle of the footy. Can you fix it? What makes Jim's antennas and security different to competitors? You can trust us to be there when you need us. You have a job done by Jim's in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months time while your job's under warranty. If you can't find your original installer, Jim's will find somebody for you. Every Jim's installer carries $20 million public liability insurance. Every Jim's antenna franchisee is police checked and carries the appropriate licenses to do the work in your property. What do customers value about my service? Me personally, I think it's the fact that I make them feel comfortable. I want to leave their house with a smile on their face and a handshake, knowing that we've got the outcome that they were after in the first place.